Hey, Patriots fans! We're back with an exclusive video and the latest updates on our beloved New England Patriots. Before we jump in, don't forget to subscribe to Patriots Hub and hit that like button. This way, you'll stay updated and never miss any breaking news or exclusive content. The buzz around Foxborough has reached a level that even longtime Patriots insiders are calling unusual, almost surreal, as rumors intensify that T. Higgins has become the organization's latest and most aggressive target in this new era of bold rebuilding. Imagine the ripple effect. A franchise known for decades of stoic, methodical team building now being linked to one of the most explosive and physically dominant wide receivers available on the market. The whispers began in back channels, anonymous leaks, and speculative chatter among league executives. But in the last hours, the noise has grown so loud that it's practically unavoidable. People close to the situation describe a Patriots front office acting with an urgency rarely seen, pushing hard to land a receiver who could instantly reshape the offense and restore a sense of fear in opposing secondaries. The mere mention of Higgins in New England colors has fans imagining a revived passing attack, one that finally gives the quarterback a true alpha target capable of winning every contested catch. Inside league circles, the feeling is that this isn't one of those empty off-season rumors that fades after a few social media posts. Instead, this has the fingerprints of something more deliberate, something orchestrated behind the scenes by a franchise desperate to flip its narrative from stagnant to ambitious. Higgins, with his blend of size, strength, and yards after catchability, matches almost perfectly the kind of physical weapon the Patriots have lacked for years. Sources claim internal discussions have been unusually heated, with coaches lobbying for the front office to push even harder, emphasizing how transformative a receiver of Higgins' caliber could be. While no one is willing to confirm anything on the record, the private tone is one of real optimism, as if multiple gears are turning at once. The excitement has spilled over into talk shows, podcasts, and fan communities, where speculation is running wild about the kind of offensive identity the Patriots might craft with Higgins at the center. Picture an offense structured around a dominant X-receiver who can bully corners at the line of scrimmage, elevate contested throws, and act as the bailout option every young quarterback dreams of. Analysts are already imagining new route combinations, redesigned red zone packages, and the type of vertical threats New England simply hasn't had since its golden era. What's fueling this frenzy is how perfectly Higgins fits a team seeking both playmaking and leadership, two traits that executives believe could speed up the rebuild dramatically. Every insider who has weighed in agrees on one thing. If the Patriots pull this off, it signals a franchise officially reawakening. What's really stirring the pot is the way people within the league talk about Higgins as more than just a player. They describe him as a tone setter, someone whose presence demands defensive attention on every snap. That's the part that Patriots fans find electrifying. The idea that their team could once again force defensive coordinators to plan around a singular offensive threat. For too long, the Patriots have been on the inverse of that equation, trying to manufacture production through rotations, short passes, and system-based schemes. Higgins would change the geometry of the field instantly, opening space for other receivers, tight ends, and the run game. The rumor mill suggests that this is exactly what New England's coaching staff has been advocating for behind closed doors, a player who shifts matchups without even touching the ball. Skeptics, of course, are curious about the price. Any move involving a star wideout requires serious capital, and rumors indicate that the Patriots are prepared to put real resources on the table. Some insiders claim the front office has quietly been planning for months, clearing flexibility, structuring contracts, and preparing to finally make the type of splash that teams in transition often avoid. What makes this moment different is the sense that the Patriots don't want to rebuild slowly. They want to accelerate. And Higgins, still young yet experienced enough to anchor an offense, represents the perfect blend of long-term value and immediate impact. Even rival executives, speaking off the record, admit that New England landing him would be a strategic coup. As the chatter grows louder, there's a growing belief that this move, if finalized, could redefine how the Patriots are perceived around the league. No longer a team stuck between eras, but rather one signaling a new identity with force, confidence, and purpose. Higgins hasn't said anything publicly, but those close to him insist he's intrigued by the idea of becoming the focal point of a franchise hungry for a new star. And that's what makes this rumor feel different from the typical offseason noise. There's a sense from both sides that the timing, the fit, and the opportunity align almost too perfectly. Whether the deal is moments away or still in negotiation is unclear, but the energy surrounding this potential acquisition is unlike anything Foxborough has felt in years. The second wave of rumors has only intensified the drama, painting a picture of negotiations that feel both delicate and urgent as the Patriots attempt to position themselves as the most compelling destination for T. Higgins. What's intriguing is the narrative developing behind the scenes. Sources say the Patriots aren't merely throwing money at the situation. They're building an entire vision centered around Higgins as the face of the offensive resurgence. This isn't about plugging a roster hole. This is about building a brand new identity. Word is spreading that team representatives have pitched him on being the spark that redefines an entire era in New England, a chance to step out of the shadow he's lived in and become a true franchise centerpiece. Those close to the discussion say the pitch has been powerful enough to catch his attention. Adding fuel to the fire is the belief that New England's coaching staff has been pushing relentlessly for this move, describing Higgins internally as the rare type of receiver who changes not just the playbook, but the culture. Coaches reportedly envision him as a steady presence in the locker room, a competitor who can set standard for the younger players while simultaneously elevating the quarterback play with his elite catch radius. Rumor has it that team officials are even crafting hypothetical packages built specifically around Higgins' strengths. High-point fades, boundary isolations, and quick-strike slants that allow him to bully defenders after the catch. It's the kind of creative, offensive, dreaming fans haven't heard from this franchise in ages, and it's causing the rumor mill to burn hotter than ever. Behind closed doors, there's plenty of debate about how far the Patriots should go to land Higgins, and that conflict only adds more suspense to the entire scenario. Some within the organization reportedly want to make an aggressive all-in offer immediately, believing that hesitation might open the door for another team to swoop in. Others, however, want the front office to stay patient, insisting that the market could tilt in New England's favor if they time the offer correctly. This internal tug-of-war has insiders fascinated, prompting endless speculation about who ultimately carries the most influence in the decision. And while no one is confirming details publicly, the sense is that the Patriots are walking a thin line between boldness and overreach. What keeps this situation so captivating is how dramatically it could reshape the balance of power within the division. Rivals are said to be watching nervously, aware that a Patriots team with T. Higgins instantly becomes far more dangerous. Defensive coordinators would have to rethink their schemes, cornerbacks would face a nightmare matchup every week, and the offense would finally have the kind of dynamic weapon that forces opponents into mistakes. The potential domino effect is enormous, and that's why every small bit of new information seems to explode across social media. Fans are already imagining highlight reel catches, sideline toe taps, and big play moments that could come to define the next chapter of New England football. Insiders suggest that Higgins himself is intrigued by the idea of becoming the star of a reimagined offense, a place where he could lead a receiving core instead of sharing the spotlight. Those close to him say he sees the appeal of stepping into a system ready to embrace him as its defining weapon, especially one with a fan base starving for a new hero. The idea of being the guy who reignites excitement in a region known for its football passion is reportedly weighing heavily in his decision. And that feeling, that pull toward becoming the centerpiece of something new, might be the strongest argument the Patriots have right now, even more than financial incentives. The rumor has reached a point where every whispered detail feels like a clue, every anonymous leak feels like a signal, and every little shift in tone sends the fan base into another whirlwind of speculation. What's clear is that something big is happening behind the scenes, something that has both sides paying close attention and the entire league watching. If the Patriots land T. Higgins, it won't just be another acquisition. It will be a statement, a declaration that the team is ready to step boldly into its next era. And until the smoke clears, the anticipation keeps growing, filling every corner of the football world with the sense that a major turning point may be just around the corner. As speculation continues to spiral into a full-blown frenzy, the latest whispers suggest that the Patriots' pursuit of T. Higgins may be even more complex and layered than initially imagined, adding a new level of intrigue to an already electrifying storyline. Insiders are tossing around the idea that there are secondary conversations happening behind the curtain involving not just contract numbers or trade proposals, but a deeper conversation about Higgins' long-term vision and what kind of legacy he wants to build in the next phase of his career. Rumor has it the Patriots are framing their pitch not as a simple transaction, but as a partnership, one where Higgins becomes the anchor of a new offensive identity and a defining figure in a franchise hungry for a new star to carry its banner. This strategic approach is raising eyebrows around the league, especially because it reflects a level of creative recruitment rarely associated with New England. The very idea that the Patriots are shifting from their historically guarded, silent style to a more persuasive, personality-driven method only fuels the belief that they are serious, more serious than anyone expected, about securing Higgins at any cost. Before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to Patriots Hub and give this video a like. Your support helps us keep delivering the latest updates on our New England Patriots. And don't be shy. Share your thoughts on the news in the comments below. Another layer of intrigue forming around the rumor is the belief that Higgins himself has started to envision what life might look like as the marquee playmaker in Foxborough, stirring even more speculation among media insiders who swear they've picked up signals from people in his circle. The buzz claims he's not just attracted by the financial potential or the opportunity for more targets, but by the chance to redefine what his career looks like moving forward, stepping into the spotlight as the primary weapon of a rebuilding team that desperately needs an identity. There's this growing sense that Higgins sees the Patriots as a blank canvas, a place where he wouldn't be one piece of a crowded puzzle, but instead the brushstroke that sets the entire picture. And when you hear analysts talk about this possibility, they speak with an excitement that feels contagious, hinting that the appeal is emotional as much as strategic, a chance to leave his imprint on a team restructuring its entire offensive DNA. That emotional pull, even if unspoken publicly, is what keeps feeding the narrative that something real, something meaningful, might be developing behind closed doors. What really pushes this rumor into overdrive is the sudden wave of stories suggesting that rival teams are starting to panic, scrambling to reassess their own positions as they watch the Patriots make a move that could instantly shift the competitive landscape. There's talk that certain franchises, particularly those in the conference, are worried that if New England succeeds in bringing Higgins aboard, the entire blueprint for defending the Patriots changes overnight. That's why some executives are reportedly monitoring the situation closely, contemplating whether they need to intervene, raise bids, or attempt to complicate negotiations just to slow New England's momentum. But even with that resistance, the sentiment from insiders is that the Patriots are operating with a new level of confidence, almost as if they know something the rest of the league doesn't. And that's what keeps fans glued to every new rumor. The mystery, the suspense, the possibility that the next big chapter of Patriots football is about to begin with a single move. The energy surrounding this situation is unlike anything the franchise has generated in years, and the football world can't stop talking about it. And as the discussions continue to escalate, the rumor itself starts shaping the narrative landscape of the NFL, becoming a character in its own right. It influences debates, sparks arguments, and inspires bold predictions, each one more dramatic than the last. Some fans claim this could redefine the power dynamics across multiple divisions, while others argue it's nothing more than a beautifully chaotic distraction. But that's the magic of it. This rumor has shifted from being a simple piece of gossip to a full-blown cultural moment that brings fans together in speculation, excitement, and emotional turbulence. It doesn't matter whether it ends in confirmation or fades away quietly. The journey itself has captivated everyone. The story feels alive, pumping adrenaline into conversations and giving people something exhilarating to sink their teeth into. And until clarity finally arrives, if it ever does, the rumor will continue to grow, evolve, and ripple through the football world like a storm refusing to die out. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay updated with exclusive news about our New England Patriots, be sure to subscribe to Patriots Hub and hit that like button. We can't wait to hear your thoughts in the comments. See you in the next video.